How do demons test you from an alchemical perspective? They test you through means of helping you to understand what you have separated yourself from the perspective of traumas, unmet needs, and ultimately power, so that you can sustainably integrate these different aspects of self. However, it is important to realise that these spirits perceive themselves as separate simply because they dwell outside of our multiverse of light matter. They are dark matter, primordial intelligences that dwell within the space that is outside of our multiverse itself, which means they perceive themselves as separate. This means that as much as their purpose is to help you to master these different aspects of self, a common trap with them is to fall into greater levels of separation without understanding that they are here to help you to master the qualities in which they represent. Let's give an example. So say the demon Asmodeus. Asmodeus is a personification of some of the most raw aspects of human nature, such as violent sexual fantasy, rage, and all of other desires and perversions and other things like that. The purpose of working with Asmodeus is not to fall a victim to these aspects of self, nor is it to completely separate yourself from these different aspects of self. It is actually to welcome these feelings and learn how to alchemize them and take them as a part of you so that they do not have a power over you from the unconscious mind. So understand that demons have the agenda of helping you to integrate if you are willing to face them. However, if you are not willing to face them and you are ignoring what is within your unconscious mind, then you will fall into greater levels of separation. It really is that simple. Now, demonic tests / demonic trials always manifest through some sort of rupture. They tend to be quite tangible in nature and tend to bring in archetypal experiences that are there to rupture different layers of who you thought you were. So this may come through in the form of, say, a spiritual teacher, a given encounter that is there specifically to challenge your ego. Therefore, if you're really wanting to get the most out of working with demons, you have to ultimately be open to being constantly challenged and constantly ruptured. Righteousness is the biggest curse when it comes to working with these types of spirits. Ultimately, you have to accept what you don't know. You're working with some of the darkest and most primordial intelligences that you can possibly work with. So you have to be prepared to have your deeper levels of suppression completely shattered and for your egoic structures to be completely challenged, which means you are going to be forced into a place of confrontation and to step out of perceived safety so that you can merge with the different aspects of self that you have been ignoring.